as this week started, we trying to continue to get better in the batter's box. I thought we did a good job this weekend. We started to get some 3-run innings, start to be able to do a little bit more damage. We were more physical up and down the lineup throughout the weekend. Realistically, probably one double play ball away, or a pitcher getting an out after that era from maybe sweeping them. So I thought our hitters did a good job in getting better. Tyler Stover had a real good weekend. He's a guy that we thought at the beginning of the year would help us out and be one of the more physical hitters for us. He did that throughout the game on Sunday. Our bullpen was good throughout the weekend. Our starting pitching, wasn't as good as it has been, but, the bullpen picked them up. They're not going to be perfect all the time. So I thought our bullpen did a great job this weekend. We're trying to score in more innings. We're able to do that this weekend, score throughout more innings of a ball game instead of just one inning. We had been scoring just in one inning. Going back to the Houston game, they're hot right now. I think they're on 11, maybe a 10-11 game winning streak. But, we get shut out in that game. Then we get into the Tulane game. They walk in a run on us, and until the 6th, with the other 9 from Houston, we'd gone 15 innings without scoring, and the only one run we did score was they walked it in on us. So we've got to continue to grow and continue to get better, but I felt we did that over the weekend. I thought the hitters did a good job throughout the weekend. And so hopefully they can continue to grow. We'll need that this week because this will be a very tough week for us. With McNeese, they're playing good. We'll catch them over there. Next, we've got to finish a game. We don't know how long that game's going to go. Who knows? Then we've got to start another game behind it on a Wednesday. And then we got to be prepared to watch what we do with our pitchers to make sure that they're ready for South Alabama this weekend that's coming here. So we've got a unique week ahead of us. So we'll need to lean on our hitters a little bit more, and hopefully that's a good thing because I think they're coming off the weekend, swinging the bat well, swinging the bat better. So, that's our goal this week is to keep grinding out. Like Coach said, you got to keep grinding it out. I never believe that tough times last. I just believe tough people do. So we just got to continue to grind through. Most people quit about this time of the year. Their new shoes aren't new anymore. Their new bats, personalized bat, is not good anymore. Their Evo Shield's starting to wear down. Their Daddy Ball backpack is starting to get old. So the bottom line now is that this is where you got to try to start making your move and decide whether you're going to be a camper or a hiker. We want to be hikers. We want to continue to hike up this mountain and not be campers where we set up camp and watch people pass us. So most people in life don't quit at the bottom of the mountain. They quit halfway up it. And so this is where we are. We've got to now try to continue to get tough and draw back maybe on the February month where we were on the road the whole time. I agree with Coach. I think the road weathers you. You've got to get good at handling people's crowd. Tech brought their biggest crowd ever. McNeese will bring a pretty good crowd Wednesday with us being in town. So we've got to learn how to handle that. We did that at Tech. We got up 5-1 with 9 outs left, but just couldn't finish them. So now what we got to do is, hopefully all of what we're going through is helping us. If it doesn't break us, and that's the whole key to it, is you can't let it break you. You can't quit halfway up the mountain. So, but I do feel better about our hitters. I thought we did some things with them over the weekend there that I think helped us, and we swung the bat well. We finally chased a starter. We've been letting starters go long. It's hard to chase a guy when he's going to throw 158 pitches, but we were able to chase a guy on Sunday, which was big for us, and try to get into somebody's bullpen. We need to do a better job of that. We've been letting starters go too long. But again, I think the hitters swung the bat better this weekend with some intent to do some damage when they swung the bat and not protect their swing and protect the outcome of their swing. But they swung the bat with trying to do some damage. And that's what you want to do. You want hitters that swing the bat that are trying to do some damage. And so we were able to do that better this weekend. So they'll try to get some rest today. Got in late last night. and get ourselves ready because this will be a grind this week. Questions?
How will you handle the pitching in the suspended team knowing you got to play again? And who was on the mound when it was suspended?
I don't remember. Jeff will tell me all that.
It was Colton. So
Yeah.
I thought that was the case. How does that work if he's not able to?
Yeah, no, he can't. He can't. So we'll put some.
Their pick, like
Huh? I don't know how that works.
we choose somebody who hasn't been for good in front already.
Yeah. So we'll take one of our relievers and get him in there, and then we'll come back after that. I think there's 2 outs and a run at first.
2 outs, runner on first.
At first.
11.
Bottom of the 11th. So we'll use a bullpen arm there, and then flip back around after that game and look and see what we did on Tuesday after Tuesday's game with McNeese. And we also have to be sensitive to, those Wednesday games are dangerous because you got Friday, with South Alabama. So you want to watch what you do with your arms because you don't want to start overthrowing people, before you even get into the weekend. Because South Alabama's good, they can score some runs. So it's not something that we've got somebody that maybe, you could just hold them down real easy. They're a good club.
But if that suspended game goes like a few innings, 3 or 4 or whatever, would you rather have one guy who can go the distance, or are you not afraid to bring in?
Yeah, no, I'd probably put somebody that can go at least 4 innings. Yeah. And then he'd be done for the day. Yeah.
Jack Burke really hasn't caught any breaks on these midweek games, and I imagine it's going to be the same tomorrow at McNeese. Just kind of, how's he doing with that morale-wise, and just do you think he's just still grinding?
Well, yeah, he is. I mean, our pitchers, don't have a rabbit's foot in their back pocket and hope they get a break. I mean, his job is to give us a chance to win, and so that's what he's got to go back out and do. He's done that. His hitters haven't protected him very well. So I think Jack's done a great job. I just think we've got to be able to man up at the plate, get more physical, and help Jack out. He's given us a chance to win every time he's gone out. And so I think the hitters he's a freshman. I think when you start a freshman, the onus is on older hitters and older defensive players to get him off the field when you get him off the field and score some runs and not expect the freshman to sit there, and grind it out on the road with that kind of crowd at Louisiana Tech with no run production. So I look for Jack to do what our pitching staff is entitled to do. They're not entitled for wins. They're not entitled for records. We don't care about their records. We don't care about Gunner being Sun Belt Conference Pitcher of the Week Monday morning. Gunner don't even care about that. What we care about realistically is that guy gives us a chance to win, and that's all he's going to focus on. If he can't pitch because he can't get runs, or if he can't pitch because his skin's not thick enough, or he's looking for a break, he won't pitch. The bottom line is our job as a pitching staff is to not complain about runs, lack of runs. It's to get out and give us a chance to win. And Jack's been able to do that, and I think he'll be able to do it again tomorrow night. And he'll have to pitch good because McNeese is really hot right now. I think they're 9-0 in their last conference series, something like that. Yeah, so they swing the bat well. They can score some runs, and there's going to be a big crowd. But all that's good for Jack. It's good to weather him. Like Coach said, man, the more you get weathered, the better off you'll be at the end run when it's time to be good. And I really believe that this will be good for Jack at McNeese.
What is the status on Colton Lee, by the way?
I don't know. We left Thursday, and he went to the doctor to be checked out. We're scheduled to have a meeting tomorrow, and talk and see what it is. Since they've been with the doctor while we've been on the road, we left Thursday, so I haven't seen him. So we'll have to see. I do believe it's the UCL, the collateral ligament, but we'll see.
For Tyler Stovers, what's his mindset been this season? A guy that you mentioned had big expectations for, and to everything leading up to this performance.
Well, we try to tell them all the time, work while you wait. Most people, even in their personal life, they stop working until the door opens. Then they want to work again now the door opened. But in this profession, you got to work while you wait. And because, again, that's why the select model is such a bad model. Nobody sits the bench. But then in high school, you're going to sit the bench. And then college, you're going to sit the bench. And that rookie ball, you're going to sit the bench. And low A and high A, you're going to sit the bench. And double A, you're going to sit the bench. Triple A, you're going to sit the bench. And the big league level, you're going to sit the bench. Why would we go down and create a stupid model that doesn't allow people to sit the bench when yet every other model after that, you're going to sit the bench? That's why so many kids quit. That's also why they stop working while they wait, because somebody created a model that promised them that they would never sit. And then they get ready to get into the real world. They get out of daddy ball and they get into big boy baseball, and they can't handle it because they got to sit maybe. So his job was to work while he waited, not to come knock on my door because it's hidden, daddy ball. You'll play when we tell you you're going to play. Your role's going to be whatever I tell you to do. That's your role. And he had to work while he waited, and he finally got a chance to get in and try to do some damage, and he did it. So, that was his job. And now, like I tell the pitchers all the time, if you don't want me to come get the ball from you, then pitch. I've never gone get the ball from somebody that's pitching, and that's a warrior. Why would I come get the ball from you? If you don't want me to come get the ball from you, be a warrior instead of a worrier. Stop worrying about everything around you and be a warrior. I won't come get the ball from you. So it's the same thing with him. Get in there and get after it. You're supposed to be a guy that can do some damage. Well, get in there and do some damage. And he did. So that's a good thing, because now we pick up an extra hitter and a guy that can do some damage, because we've got to start being able to do some damage at the plate and not score one run and then one run and 6 singles and have to squeeze runners in all the time to win baseball games. The squeeze is good, but you can't squeeze your way to Omaha. I mean, you got to be able to swing the bat.
You talk about in-game, how hitting is contagious. Is it contagious going from this weekend to this midweek matchups?
We hope. Hitting so much mental, how they feel about themselves, but you also got to get to a point where you get weathered enough and make sure that you can get comfortable at being uncomfortable and get in there and just throw down. I mean, that's what you lack all over the country, because of the way our models played underneath us. Like I said, they guaranteed games. You've heard me say this before. They lose 2 and go to Waterworld, and they lose 2 more on Saturday and go to the zoo. And then Sunday they get beat again, go see Mickey Mouse and Goofy. And then Monday, somebody asks them Monday morning, how'd they do? Dude says, I had a great weekend. Dude got stomped on 6 times, man. But he went to the zoo, he went to Waterworld, he went to see Mickey Mouse and Goofy. And then we drop a game, and they're waiting for me to take them to Waterworld. Man, we ain't going to Waterworld. But you got to get them out of that mindset and into that there's no promises here. There's no guarantees here. I got a ding on my phone last night. My 9-10-year-old grandson showing me his ring he got from a USSSA tournament. There was a guy there that had a world championship ring. Okay, Major League Baseball world championship ring. His USSSA ring that he got at a little tournament is bigger than the World Series ring. He's lucky he's not my child, but that's where we are. That's where we are. So his little ring he got might be bigger than one of our championship rings that our players got. So what's next for him? I mean, but that's another story for another day, man. I don't want to die of high blood pressure.
Well, just for the sake of debate, though, like you said, some kids are going to ride the bench their whole career and whatnot. At that level, isn't there more to life than baseball? What's wrong with it?
because we don't teach them anything. Life's not that way. You can't go knock on somebody's door and go, oh yeah, we feel sorry for you. We hire everybody that comes through our door. We give everybody a chance. Life's not like that. Kids haven't changed. I'm going to tell you what's changed is what we demand from kids. So I don't think you should fool a kid into a false model. That's just my theory. That's why I don't. That's why if it's a working model, then why is 48% of Major League Baseball from a foreign country? They don't come in from select baseball. They don't come in from getting big rings. I'm gonna tell you what they come in from. They come in from throwdown. And the day that Cuban throws down against my grandkid, he loses. Why? Because he's got him a ring. That Cuban don't have no ring, man. That Puerto Rican. You seen those guys play in the World Baseball Classic? The energy and the passion they play with? Man, that's coming from the love of throwdown. From throwdown. So we can debate it all we want. In my belief, my personal belief, because I've seen it for the last 30 years, it's a bad model. It's a bad model. Yeah, you can let him play. I'm okay with that, the playing part of it. I just don't like I said, when the guy called my house that night and told my kid he was going to give him jewelry if he won. That's the bad side of it I'm talking about. Not as much as maybe letting the kid play, but man, when you get a ring that's bigger than a Major League Baseball World Championship ring, I don't know what he's going for next. I mean, what's there for him to play for now? I mean, he's 10, and he's already got a ring that's bigger than a World Championship ring. I just think it's a bad model. I just don't agree with it. We see it. If you talk behind home plate, I could show you a text on my phone that came to me from a very, very good program, and and you ought to see what they have and what they get. And he said he can't get them to play. They don't want to play. Where's that all coming from? I'll tell you where it's coming from. It's coming from a fractured model. I love the South Carolina coach said. He's a tough guy. He talks tough, so his team's tough. Look what they're doing. They're overachieving. That's how you overachieve in life, man. But we can't talk tough today. You talk tough today, I could tell you some stuff in here that would be highlight reels for days, man. But I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. It's softitis. It's no throwdown. And again, all that comes from y'all don't have to win. A guy gets beat on 6 times, and Monday morning at school he says he had a great weekend. How could you have a great weekend when you've been beat down on 6 times? Go talk to the high school coaches. Come sit with me behind home plate and talk to these coaches when we sit behind home plate during BP. They all have the same problem. They can't get them to play. They don't want to fight. They don't want to play hard. Where's that all come from? It comes from a bad model. A bad model, man. It's just a fractured model. It doesn't work. If it did, then we would be running everybody else out of baseball. We're getting run out of baseball. And where they're coming in from, they don't come from USSSA tournaments. They're not going to see Mickey Mouse and Goofy. They're not going to Waterworld or the zoo. They're being taught how to throw down. And I'm just telling you this, I don't care what mental weakness a kid has, what lack of ability he has, when he's been taught how to throw down, when the rubber meets the road, he knows how to throw down, he's going to make it. Penny's going to make it. Penny don't care about his swing. You can fool him 2 times on a breaking ball. Penny got throw down in him. Got throw down in him. You give me 9, 10, 12 people like that that are not worried about their shoes. I mean, get on social media, man, and just look. I'm so honored and privileged today to get my new pair of shoes. So honored and privileged today to get my Evo Shield. It's personalized. Personalized. I got a personalized glove, and he can't throw a strike. You used to not get a personalized glove till you got to the big leagues. Go down to a 7-year-old. Look, we got. Well, I'm gonna stop. But anyway.
More questions? I don't know if South Alabama has kids like that, but what do they do that makes them successful?
Well, they're tough, you know. I mean, they're tough. Their poster next year is not going to be of their team in underwear. They're not underwear models, man. I mean, they're tough. And that's the difference between tough and not being tough is, you know, they got some Steve Kittrell, you know, ran a tough program. And that Eddie Stanky ran a tough program. And that mantra or that culture was in there. And that's the fight today between all of us as coaches is how far can we go to get a tough culture without being reprimanded from soft people, from a soft society. That's the challenge, is how far can you go to get your team tough before you get reprimanded by soft people. And that's where we are in athletics. So you have to figure out a way to create that type of culture, because kids today believe correction is criticism. That's the first root of it, is that they believe when you correct me, you've criticized me. And then they'll fold like a tulip when you criticize them. So that's the challenge today, I think, out there. And that's why I think there's so much parity in athletics today, because if you can get your culture tough, you can get your kids tough, then you've got an advantage. You have an advantage today. I don't care if you lack a little pitching or a little fielding or whatever. If you got throw down, you got a shot today. And I think South Al plays hard, and I think they come from a tough culture.